If you haven't had it yet, it's life-changing. I have, like, my Rhine whack is Rhine whack.
Oh my god. Some of us are so illiterate, it hurts.
My wine rack.
Yeah, take another sip of alcohol, girl.
My
so you can start slurring
is
some more.
full of Bertinos, 2010s and 15s. So.
Well, it's going to be down the bottle after we're done with this. I'm going to have to drink the whole one just to tolerate this incoherent slurring. Oh my god. Woo. Okay. Alright, we're ready to rock. Come on, Daniela.
Come on.
Let's get a cameo. So everybody meet Daniela. She's going to pop up again on our channel a couple times, so you'll see her a lot.
This is Coco.
This is Coco, our queen. Queen, angel, fabulous girl. She's obsessed with me,
fave
Coco.
Never. And
with these
can't
dogs.
forget about this king.
Open. 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 This is so embarrassing. You got the point.
Hello, boys and girls. Welcome back to our bitchin' kitchen.
Hot girl kitchen. Check in.
So before we really do anything, I'm definitely going to need you to like and subscribe. If you're not subscribed, we've already discussed this. You're a creep. You're weird. Why are you watching our videos if you're not subscribed?
Right.
You're kind
Sounds
of
like a hater.
Oh,
hater behavior. But you know what? Every hater is actually a fan. So.
How could you not be?
Period.
So, Matthew, what are we making today?
We are making, to die for, elegant, sophisticated, fabulous, amazing,
to die for.
lumpy, you'll get it in a second, crab cakes. So they're lumpy because we're going to use like the best crab meat. So let me dive into the ingredients that you're going to need. So I kind of separated them out. For the actual crab cakes, you're going to need crab meat, which, here's a little secret. What I do is, so jumbo lump is like the best you can get. So that's what you really want. But this is like a $40 can of crab meat. So when you're making a lot, what I do is I also get some claw meat, which is like $12 a can, and kind of mix a little bit of claw in there. That way you're getting like a bigger crab cake without using like all of your lump crab meat for one crab cake. This is a good way to maximize your pleasure.
Your pleasure.
So obviously you need the crab meat. You're going to need an egg and breadcrumbs. And so this is all to create the binding that makes the crab meat stick together. So egg, Italian seasoned breadcrumbs. Old Bay is a must-have. I mean, if you're making crab cakes without Old Bay, you must be deranged and you're canceled. Some fine herbs, which is actually like my mom's favorite spice, and I always made fun of her because I was like, that's so random and weird. And then I was like looking at recipes for crab cakes, and it mentioned fine herbs by name, and I was like, oh, well, damn, I guess it's a common thing. So this is Chervil, whatever that is, minced parsley, French tarragon, and chopped chives, if you want to take a whiff. It's kind of random, like, why would that be my mom's favorite spice ever?
Yeah, it is
Don't know.
random.
Okay, so anyways, my favorite Trinidad lemon garlic that I put on everything, and some garlic powder. Oh, and let's not forget the Worcestershire sauce, Dijon mustard, and mayonnaise. Let's not forget that, because that would be a tragedy. So the mayonnaise I kind of have in the middle because we're also going to use the mayo for the sauce that we're making. For that sauce, you need some red wine. You don't necessarily need a $20 bottle like we are using, but, you know, we're bougie. Bougie girl kitchen. Red wine vinegar. Fresh garlic, which we're going to mince. Fresh thyme. And a red pepper that we're going to roast. So you'll have a roasted red pepper. And also some hot sauce. This one in particular is a habanero hot sauce. So it's a little bit more of a kick than like your average. So we'll use a little bit less. So let's get started with making the filling for the crab cake. Which, I don't want to say the filling, the binding. Because a lot of times when you get a crab cake, like at the grocery store to make it home, or you get it at a restaurant even, they have a lot of filler. So, like, not a lot of crab meat. So this is going to be, like, all crab meat in your crab cake. There's no, like, fake crab, artificial, can't relate. So, oh my god. We start out by... Oh my god, I'm so illiterate. We start out by cracking an egg and hopefully not getting a shell in it, which I did. So, you just whisk your one egg. And now you're going to add some mayo. Of course.
How much
Because it's
mayo?
a fresh one. It has a stupid cap on it. So, I'm going to say about 1/4 cup. Just kidding, I totally lied. I'm going to use about a 1/2 cup of mayo. But since I know what I'm doing, I'm just going to eyeball it. But technically you want a 1/2 cup of mayo. You know, that looked familiar to a lot of you hoes. So now what you're going to do is just combine, you're going to whisk the mayo and the egg together until it makes almost like a paste. Okay, so now that we have this gorgeous paste, we're going to do about a 1/2 cup of breadcrumbs. AKA, I'm just eyeballing it again. So then you're going to add about like 1 to 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. If you're not familiar with Dijon mustard, it like gives it a little bit of a like, what do you say, spice? Not like spicy,
Not spice, but it's
like
a different flavor.
A bitier flavor, yeah. Some Worcestershire sauce, about a teaspoon.
That might be a little more than.
Okay, I didn't realize I had the measurement police here. We're gonna do another teaspoon of Old Bay. That's enough because my fat arm is jiggling. Another teaspoon of the fine herbs. Another teaspoon of the roasted garlic. And you guessed it,
A teaspoon.
a teaspoon of the Trinidad lemon garlic. Now this is a completely optional step. This I just like because it adds a little bit of like a citrus flair. To die for. And now we mix it all together to form the binding. Wow, that looks just about like that could bind some hoes together. Period.
Sure could.
So now that we have our binding ready, as you saw, we're going to add our crab meat. Now, when it comes in the can, well, the first step is taking the lid off. And you kind of have to drain it because it comes with some juices from the ocean, since it's so fresh AF, fresh to death. Now, for the viewers at home, this is some gorgeous crab meat. Jumbo lump. I mean, your fave could never. Maybe my stomach could with a few jumbo lumps, but this is the preferred jumbo lump, not this. So we're also going to do our peasant claw meat, and you'll see the difference after I drain. Oh my god, look, this one's so poor, it doesn't even have anything to drain. So this is just like smaller pieces, like, this is like probably the biggest piece, because this is like from a claw. This is like what a claw looks like. But it also has just like little tiny pieces, which is fine. You don't want your whole crab cake to be made of this though, but it's good as like a little extra. So what you do is be careful not to like smash the lumps. And also you kind of want to make sure that there aren't any, see, look at me smashing the lumps. There aren't any shells, which there shouldn't be, but sometimes there might be like a couple. So as you can see, I'm kind of combining it in the binding. It's really cute for the manicure. And you want to make sure that you're not crushing the crab meat, but that you're also like covering it thoroughly to make sure that everything's going to stick together. So since we have quite a bit of lump in there already, I'm going to add some of our peasant crab meat. I'd say this is looking pretty divine. Does everyone agree at home? Hot boys and hot girls? Look at that. Your fave could never once ever. Not once. Period. So now we're going to start the sauce before we form our crab cakes and put them in the oven. What you're going to do is simmer this on medium heat for like about 15 minutes, which is perfect because then you'll be able to put your crab cakes in the oven in the meantime. So what you want to do is start out with about 1/4 cup of red wine. Love that effect. Okay, maybe that was a little more than 1/4 cup, but we love wine. And you're also going to do about 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar, but a little bit less. Like, we're going to, like how we overestimated the red wine, we're going to underestimate the red wine vinegar. Then you want to add in your roasted red peppers and some minced garlic. So you saw the red pepper in its pre-roasted form. If you don't know how to roast a red pepper, you should just Google it because that's pretty sad. It's kind of self-explanatory.
You just stick it in the oven at 400
until it's roasted. Then we also need to add some thyme. So if Melissa was like a little bit more advanced, she would have an herb stripper. Had I known she didn't have one, I would have brought mine. But as you know, sometimes we have to improvise in this household. Because stripping herbs is not like regular stripping, like at the strip club. This is not nearly as fun. And you're going to add your hot sauce. We're not going to do too much, since this is a really hot sauce. Just to mix this up a bit. I'm actually going to turn the heat down because it looks like it's really having a fit on the stove here. And we're going to let this simmer for like 15 to 20 minutes to really immerse the flavors. And it's going to be a to die for. I guess I didn't even tell them what kind of sauce I was making. This is an aioli, and what makes it an aioli is that there's mayo in it. This is a red wine, roasted red pepper, spicy. Wow, that was so eloquent. What a title. Basically, I just listed all the ingredients. It's like a roasted red pepper, spicy aioli. So you'll get like a smoky flavor from the roasted peppers, as well as a little bit of a spicy flavor from the habanero sauce. And then we're going to blend it with mayo so that it thickens. If you don't have a blender, because like at one point I didn't have a blender, so what I did is just like went like that really quick with the fork, which is like so ghetto. Get a blender, basically, is the moral of the story. And that thickens it and really balances out the spicier flavor, so you're not going to like have to call the fire department. Yeah, not emergency 911 because your mouth is on fire. So while our fabulous,
to die for,
amazing roasted red pepper, spicy garlic, red wine, aioli simmers on the stove, I'm going to form our crab cakes and put them in the oven. You're going to turn the broiler on your oven. If you have a low setting, do that so that it can cook through the crab cake without burning it. And we're just going to basically take a heap of this crab meat and form it into like a ball. And really the size of them depends on your preference. Like, if you're maybe have a smaller appetite, this is probably good. I'll add another lump on there. And you want to put them on a cookie sheet that is sprayed with like a non-stick spray. Because there's nothing worse than having a to die for amazing, fabulous meal that is stuck to the pan that you can't eat. Now that we have 8 crab cakes so lovingly formed on our pan, that's the word. Sorry, my 2 brain cells aren't really communicating with each other very well. Now you're going to add some delicious butter, because like Nothing says I love you like high cholesterol on top of each. So like you want a generous helping because this is going to melt. That might be a little generous.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a lot.
Because this is going to melt in the oven and soak through the crab cake and give it like a really rich consistency. So you definitely don't want to skimp. I mean, I might be doing a little much, but that's okay.
They're going to be great.
They're going to be great. So now that these are ready to go, I'm going to pop them in the oven under the broiler, and like I said, under the low setting. If you have a high setting, it's okay, just put them like on a lower rack for 12 to 15 minutes. So you kind of like want to watch and make sure that it's not burning, but you also want to make sure that they're cooked through. So like around 10 minutes, take a peek. Also, everybody please remember when you're using the broiler, leave the oven door open. Like you crack it open. You do not broil with the oven closed. Somebody that I know, I'm not going to name any names, but one of the chefs in the Hot Girl Kitchen, that wasn't me, I hope that narrows it down a bit without me like necessarily calling them out, broiled things for their whole lives with the door closed.
And here I am.
Smells like a fire hazard.
Here I am, no fires.
Well, yeah. So as you can see, we have our crab cakes broiling. We also are making some roasted potatoes at the bottom of the oven and some green beans. So we're ready to emulsify our aioli. Wait, should I do it this way maybe? So, ow, that was hot. Wow, imagine that, a pan that doesn't have a heat-resistant
well, that's from Williams-Sonoma, so I'm not really sure what you want me to tell you because it was an expensive pan.
Okay, well, clearly you wasted your money. We're going to make sure we get all of our ingredients into the Ninja here. We are going to add some mayonnaise. Oh my god, I'm in this. Hope I don't look too hideous to that angle. You want to use like between 1/4 and 1/2 cup. I'm going to just eyeball it, and I might add more if I need to. But basically, you need enough for it to get thick. So it really depends on how long you how long you simmered. Am I doing this right?
Mm-hmm. And you just press down.
Oh, I don't need to like screw it on or anything? Oh my god, what a world of wonders. Look at that. Ninja. Jackie Chan could never. As you can see, our fabulous, delicious, amazing, to die for, your fave could never crab cakes came out perfectly. So now let's give it a taste. Get me a little bit of sauce in there. And also notice our gorgeous roasted potatoes and green beans.
Wow.
I'm sick. That is so good. Like, I'm not worthy. Look at this nice lump.
This is fine dining.
Fine dining
in your
at
kitchen.
Home. I know most fine dining establishments are closed right now due to quarantine. So
this is it.
Bring the fine dining home, hot boys and hot girls.
This aioli.
And don't forget, the aioli is fabulous.
You know what? Your faith could never.
Not once. And you know what they need to do?
Like and subscribe.
Period.
Real hot girl shit.